Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Perth International Airport here in Western Australia, and today I'm going to be flying Qantas from here in Perth east to Melbourne in Victoria, which isn't my home city. Today I'll be flying on board of the Airbus A330s, which I actually haven't done for a good while. By that I mean a couple years. So yeah, excited today. Also been a good minute since I've flown Qantas. So yeah, anyways, here we are in the terminal. Just realised I forgot a mask because you don't really wear them anywhere other than airports now. So yeah, anyways, once I've found a mask, let's go and check in. Okay, check-in now completed. Now let's go drop our bags at the self-bag drop. Okay, so check-in and bag drop complete. Bag drop experience is pretty good. However, as it's almost famous at this point, it's been on the news a few times recently. Perth still has the old, I guess you could say, Qantas mobile check-in desks, which are just incredibly slow and irresponsive. However, they have announced plans, which were on the news, as I said, to revamp them. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, now let's go through security. Okay, so check-in, security, and everything now completed. It feels very weird walking up an escalator when it's not moving. Perth Airport still seems to be on the quiet side, which, I mean, it was the latest state to open up fully after COVID, but it's still been fully open for months now, so yeah, interesting. Anyways, here we are, looking forward to doing a bit of plane spotting since Perth has a lot of interesting aircraft that head out to the mining cities here. In fact, I can see one of them here. Not that it's an interesting plane as such, but it's an interesting airline to see with the plane. Just here is Qantas A320. And there's also a couple Fokker 100s out there. Perth Airport's Terminal 4, I believe, actually was renovated in the last 5 years. I have been to Perth Airport at this terminal once before, which was back in 2019. Very special flight actually. I landed here on a Boeing 747. But yeah. So our gate for later will be 14, which is just there. And then, yeah. Anyways, there's plenty of places around here, particularly bars actually, as I've seen quite a few of them, where you can eat and drink. Our plane for today is just now touching down from Melbourne. The A330's landing gear always looks so nice on touchdown. Here's our plane for today. This is VH-EBC. It's a 2002 built, 2003 delivered Airbus A330-200. It was delivered brand new to Qantas in 2003 and transferred over to Jetstar in 2006, then transferred back to Qantas in 2014 and has been with them ever since. This will be the plane that will take us on the 3-hour journey to Melbourne today. Such a cool looking plane, the A330. I particularly like the GE engines. By the way, completely forgot to mention earlier that I arrived at the airport. I think I got here about 3:30 and the plane's at 6:10, so it is a late night flight. We'll arrive into Melbourne at about 11:30 PM. so almost could be considered a red eye. And yeah, so I have heaps of time here at the airport. Been here for just over an hour already, and still got about an hour and a half until we leave for Melbourne. Okay, so about half an hour until boarding now. We've got a chai latte, which I've missed, haven't had one for 1.5 weeks, and a cookie, which is just in here. Anyways, looks like we're going to be on time, which in Australia at the moment is very rare.
Melbourne is now ready for premium boarding through gate 14. We'd like to welcome business class passengers.
It's now starting to get dark, and we're just about to start boarding.
And Sapphire members to board now using the dedicated premium boarding lanes. Please have your boarding pass ready and scan this yourself as you pass through the gates. 782 service through to Melbourne is now ready for general.
Thank you very much, mate. Have a nice day. Okay, now let's board. Could just be a coincidence that they started boarding more passengers now, but I think everyone in that lane didn't have priority, so they've really just boarded everyone at the same time, if non-priority passengers happen to be there before the call. Yeah, anyways, let's go on board. Hi, I'm good, thanks, how are you?
Really good, thanks. Down there, turn right.
Here's the business class cabin in a 1-2-1 configuration. Welcome aboard the A330-200. Here's another business class seat. Now economy, as usual, or basically always on the A330, except for you, Cebu Pacific. Yeah, I don't really want to fly on that anytime soon, unless necessary, but yeah, the seating config is 242.
Yes.
Once again, as per normal, except for the Cebu Pacific A330, which is in a 333 config. Something interesting is that this plane does not have IFEs, and it does normally serve domestic routes, but I've seen it serve, in fact a couple of days ago, it served Perth to Singapore. If I'd have been on that without an IFE, I would have been a little disappointed. Anyways, my seat for today is 46k. On the right hand side of the aircraft, when boarding from the back, or in technical terms in aviation, or on the left when boarding from the front. Has a very nice view of the wing. Okay, so now that I'm on board with my seatbelt fastened, let's go through the seat features of the Qantas Airbus A330-200 seat 46k. Okay, so first up, I'd like to say that legroom here is very good. It's 31 inches or 79 centimetres, which is very good. I mean, it's just standard for an A330, but it's more than you'd need. Or not more than you'd need for some taller people, but for me it's more than enough. So yeah, that's just at expectations. Then just here you have a tablet, which is for entertainment, which can be held in this tablet holder here. There's 2 USB ports on either side of the tablet holder. And then just here you have the tray table, which is very, for some reason my phone doesn't want to show you, but yeah, there you go. There's crumbs all over this, which is a bit disgusting, and there's something, I don't think it's been cleaned, something smeared there. I don't really know if I want to know what that is. There. But yeah, so the tray table is a good size, and it's very, that's a bit gross. It's very stiff, but can be moved out and in, even though I wouldn't move it out because then you might not want to eat dinner anymore. So yeah, that's that. It's a very nice size and everything. By the way, this cabin does not look its age. This plane's 19 years old and it definitely doesn't look it. Looks a lot younger. So that's pretty good. Okay, and then just in the seat back pocket here you have headphones for, I don't know what for. Maybe there's a place to plug it in on here. You have the safety card, the A330-200, sick bag and Qantas magazine. Here is the seat recline situation. This seat is hidden when you board, but it's very beaten up there. So, yeah, these cushions, oh, I can feel crumbs back there, but these cushions should come up very easily. Interesting. Oh, that's where the headphones are, just here. Once again, I don't know what for, but audio entertainment there might be. So, yeah. And then that's about it, really. Oh, and the headrest, which is stiff but comfy and adjustable. So, yeah. That's about it for the seat features of this aircraft. I would say that for an Airbus A330, or for a domestic 3-hour flight, this is really good. Look, it could be better. Like airlines like Garuda have a little bit more legroom. They all have televisions, and you know, it could be improved upon, and it could be a little bit cleaner too. However, I think for what it's worth, I think that it's pretty good.
A very good evening and welcome on board. We thank you for taking your seats promptly. Whilst making your way to your seat, please maintain
I give Qantas the thumbs up, and it definitely beats all of its competitors on this route.
It is still mandatory for all customers and crew to be wearing a face mask whilst on board the aircraft, ensuring it covers your nose, chin and mouth at all times.
Just here on my phone you can see that after watching a quick ad, you can get free Wi-Fi on the aircraft, which is not that fast, but all you need, you can watch YouTube videos. So, yeah. There's a lot of confusion right now because the cabin manager said to disarm doors twice. I don't know why she said to disarm doors. That's concerning me a little bit, because it may mean that we're going to have to deboard the plane or something. Because normally you arm doors before departure. I'm not too sure what's going on right now. I think she's calling up the front to see what's going on.
The door is now closed.
Very confusing. They've now been asked to arm the doors.
Here's a note for a 504 motorway. Made from timber and canvas. You'll find on a Qantas Airbus A330. Sounds a bit flashier than this old girl.
In the 1930s, Qantas are world leaders in aviation innovation with fully enclosed cabins and even seatbelts.
Whistle and line.
It would now appear that it's time for a very slow pushback.
If oxygen is required, a mask will drop from above. Pull down firmly to activate the oxygen. Put it on quickly and tighten the strap.
Brought the world closer together. Welcome to Australia. Take a moment to locate your exit as the cabin crew point them out. It might be behind you. To remember your nearest exit, count the number of rows between you and that exit. Lights will guide you to your exits. Your phones and tablets may be damaged or destroyed if caught in the seat mechanism. Just ask a crew member for...
As you would have seen in a short clip not too long ago, there is Wi-Fi on board this aircraft. I'm pretty sure all Qantas A330-200s and 737s have Wi-Fi. Some 717s, and before we take off, we've got to wait for a Qatar Boeing 777 to touch down in about 30 seconds or so, maybe less. Oh, never mind. Definitely less.
Leader Tom here. The cabin crew are very shortly about to move through the cabin with your dinner service for this evening. We have two choices available for you tonight. The first one is a beef and macaroni with cheese sauce, or the second choice this evening is a salad, which is chicken and mixed grains. Those choices for you again is a beef and macaroni with cheese sauce, or the chicken and mixed grain salad. We do apologise if your first meal choice does become unavailable. Please ensure you keep your face mask on whilst the crew are serving your entire row. You are permitted to remove your face mask for a very short period of time to eat and drink.
Okay, so we are up here at our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet, which I know because of the Wi-Fi. Just quickly before the meal service finishes, let's have a look at the tablet. Oh, okay. It's a bit temperamental. How about we put it up here? Hold on. There you go, that's a bit better. So here's the iPad, just got a whole bunch of movies. You can access this on your phone too, but I like that they have it just in case you don't want to use your phone for it. But yeah, seems to be quite a lot of movies here. Hopefully there's a section for just all of them. No, but it's okay. There's a very, very wide selection of them. Shouldn't get bored really, even if it's like a 10-hour flight. You might start to struggle if it's occasionally this plane operates flights to Los Angeles from Sydney and Melbourne. You might get actually mostly Melbourne, but you might get a little bit bored on a 14-hour flight like that, but otherwise it should be pretty fine. And then there's just audiobooks, TV, and information. So, yeah. Look, it's not the best entertainment. I would have liked a map or something, but however there is Wi-Fi, so it kind of makes up for it completely. So yeah, I think that, you know, for what it is, considering if you didn't have Wi-Fi, I wouldn't be very impressed, but we do have Wi-Fi, so I think, you know, it's something that's nice to have, and it's not too bad at all. The lovely cabin crew have just come around to give me my meal, which I'll show you in just a moment, but since this is so dirty, he's just getting a wipe for me. Very friendly, however, not all of them seem to be quite as friendly. Okay, so meal service, for me at least, is now finished. So this is what we're left with. So, firstly, basically I had interactions now with 3 cabin crew. 2 were really friendly, and 1 in particular actually. And then the other one was just, you know, nice, but not, you know, not really friendly or anything. So, yeah. It's sanitised down the table, it's looking a lot better now. And, yeah. So I just got a little cup here, which they'll come and fill up with tea a bit later. Just some water here. And here's I chose the macaroni and beef. Maybe there's just little bits of beef in there. Anyways, I'll find out soon, and I'll let you know once I've finished eating it, or finished eating whatever I will eat. Who knows if it's going to be good or not. But yeah, all in all, assuming that this tastes alright, I think for a 3-hour flight on a full service airline, this is basically what I'd expect. It's definitely no less, if not maybe a tiny bit more. But yeah, you know. It's pretty good. Okay, so right now, not really much is going on. I'm pretty sure the food and drink service is just finishing up now. The cabin crew come around a couple of times to make sure that everyone has everything. So yeah, finished the macaroni and beef. Interesting combination, in my opinion, sort of like half spaghetti, half macaroni and cheese. So, yeah. About the taste of that, it's not really my type of thing. So I didn't really enjoy it that much. However, as far as like, you know, airplane meals go, it wasn't too bad. It just wasn't really neither of the options was something that I really felt like. Actually, I did see the chicken salad looked quite good. I probably should have ordered that. But yeah, for me, I didn't really enjoy it. I just don't really think it goes very well. But I could see why some people would, and there would be some people that would really enjoy it, I think. Even if people love that type of thing, though, it wasn't the best of quality. But yeah, that's okay. Just got my tea now, and yeah, just enjoying the free Wi-Fi very much, to be honest.
Nose, chin and mouth at all times. If you are continuing to enjoy food or beverage, you may more than welcome to do so. However, we just ask that you please place your mask back up in between sips or bites. Thank you.
Okay, so we're now just descending through 20,000 feet. Should be landing at Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport in about 20 minutes. Cabin crew just over there, and there's already been one past my aisle. They've just come around to collect rubbish again. So yeah, it's been pretty uneventful. There hasn't really been any bumps. It's been really smooth. So yeah, the Wi-Fi did cut out for about 45 minutes, but that kind of makes sense because it's satellite, and we were flying quite far south over the ocean. It's been a very nice flight, but I'm looking forward to getting on the ground because it's starting to get quite late. Okay, so now just come through the clouds, only about 5 minutes away now from landing in Melbourne. The pilot did tell us earlier that we can expect some really nice city views on the side of the wing that we're on, which is pretty lucky. Right about now, we're getting some spectacular views of Melbourne CBD. Looks very beautiful at night. Now started our approach into Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport. We're landing on the south runway today. Welcome to Melbourne.
The traditional custodians of the lands and waterways on which we live, work and fly. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. The local time here in Melbourne is 11:28 p.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. As always, smoking, vaping and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted while disembarking or throughout the terminal. Please take care when opening the overhead lockers, as baggage may have moved and could fall out. Before leaving, ensure you check
By the way, something I completely forgot to mention earlier was that this aircraft is still painted in the new livery. It gets really confusing. Basically, that's the second newest livery. As you will see in a few seconds on a Boeing 717, it's just there. That's the silver livery, which is Qantas's latest livery. I highly doubt, though, that this plane will ever be painted into that, since it is getting pretty old. After waiting 5 to 10 minutes, finally now time to deboard. See ya, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Whew. It's a lot colder here in Melbourne. Not that I didn't expect that. Okay, well now that we're out of that plane, I think it's a good time to conclude today's trip report. But first, let's get a view of VH-QPA just here. Okay, so now that we're here with a nice view, time to conclude today's trip report. Also, there's our plane from today. So, well, it's started off in Perth. Check-in there, I mean, no one really likes those check-in desks like the mobile ones, but, you know, you can deal with them, I guess. So that was fine. Definitely needs improving, though. And, yeah, self-bag drop was fine. That was also good. Security was really quick in Perth. There was barely any people there. However, in the departures lounge, it was quite busy, and I feel like it lacked any or much choice of what to eat or drink. It was just one cafe and then a couple bars. So, yeah. And then boarding on time, and that was all good. However, I feel like for priority passengers, it didn't really seem like they got much priority. So, yep. And then once we were on board, the crew were pretty friendly, and actually felt like they got more friendly throughout the flight. And the seat was pretty good. Couple, you know, for the age, it looked fine, but it just wasn't very clean once you looked into the finer details of the seat. So it's something that could be improved upon. However, the free Wi-Fi and even just the tablet and stuff, that's all really good and quite impressive. So, yeah. And then the meal service, look, it's what I'd expect on this flight, but I didn't find it particularly tasty, but some people would. It wasn't too bad, but it also wasn't the best. And yeah, and then landing on time as well was obviously great. And once again, crew were very nice, most of them throughout the flight. So yeah, my conclusion would probably have to be, there's no doubt about the fact that Qantas offers the best service for their passengers. However, their punctuality has been taking a big hit recently, and yeah, customer service, if you're in Australia then you'd know because it's been all over the news, but yeah, not very good when it comes to customer service or anything. Qantas have been taking a big hit recently. But yeah, they still offer the best service, but the question is it worth it? For a 3-hour flight, I'd say if it's like $100 extra, or you know, anything less, maybe a little bit less actually, then it's probably worth it. But Jetstar often do flights for $119. This flight's normally $300 cheapest, so I think Jetstar's probably the best value there, or Virgin do it for $250. But if you're willing to pay $250 for Virgin, I think $300 is probably worth it to fly Qantas. So yeah, verdict is Qantas is really good, but it's just whether it's worth the extra, which I'll leave it up to you to decide, but that's my opinion. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching today's video. A like and subscription if you enjoy would be much appreciated. Check out my community page for polls and all that, and website for information on upcoming flights. So yeah, anyways, have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.